Which color was the capital M? What color do we say the capital M was, the big M? Purple. Yep, because purple is what? Why is it
The
capital?
pencils are in that little box over there next to that red, orange, and black.
Why is the purple capital?
The kernel.
Well, they're both kernels, but why is the purple kernel capital? Yeah. It's dominant. Yeah, whenever we're using a capital letter, it's dominant. Why is the yellow lowercase? It's recessive, right? So something's either going to be dominant or recessive in this situation. In this case, we've got the yellow that's recessive. And we've got the purple that's dominant. So if it only says one is dominant, you assume the other one's recessive. Okay, so let's do this. So we are crossing something that is homozygous.
Watch out.
So if
You don't need
you
that.
don't need that.
I have the stuff.
You already have it. Yep. So if something is homozygous, what I want you to do is you're going to write down homozygous, that first part. I want you to write down this part right up here. Okay. If you're coming in late, please just sit down. We need to get to work. Thank you. All right, so I want you to write down what are the alleles? What's it going to look like for homozygous recessive? Because remember, yellow is homozygous recessive. So go ahead, write down what the letters are going to be on the top. All right, what are my letters?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Okay. What are my letters going to be? 2 M's. Lowercase, yep. They're going to be 2 lowercase m's. I need to put them above the squares because they're homozygous. Remember, homozygous means they're both the same. It's recessive. It's recessive. So if it's homozygous recessive, they're both lowercase. All right. So go ahead and write the letters. What's going to go on the side here? So go ahead and write that down.
Did you put that in the ML folder?
It's in the regular bio folder.
Oh.
All right. Let's check it. Why is it capital M, capital M?
Oh my God, I had it like.
So good. So we said the yellow is homozygous, and we said the yellow is recessive.
Oh, so you can know which ones are which. So, for the colors, I think.
Okay.
You need to know which colors. So I'm guessing yellow must be lowercase.
Okay, so this is lowercase. Why is this one 2 capitals?
Because it's 2 lowercase.
It's not, I mean, it could be all 4 lowercase. That's the thing. They could all be recessive. I could cross yellow with yellow. I can cross purple with purple. What do you think, Sa? Why is it capital, capital? What am I doing? Let's back up, because there's a lot of confusion. All right, I need you to talk at your groups. What are we doing? What's this even about? Talk at your groups. Go. Nope, I haven't. All right. So let's kind of come back together. What am I doing? Like, what is this all about?
You're like not mixing, but like putting together like yellow and purple color and the purple color
Yeah. So we 100%. We are breeding, or we are crossing, or we are making a hybrid of yellow and purple. So we want to know. So once I mix the yellow and purple corn, we want to know, am I going to get yellow or purple corn? That's all we're trying to figure out. So we're taking this yellow. We're saying that it's homozygous. What does homozygous mean? Go back to your notes. Go back to your notes. I know some of you all know. Yep. So if it's homozygous recessive, Kennedy, what does that mean if it's homozygous recessive? Pull out your notes. Because I'm not helping people with this on. Yeah, go ahead, Tamia. There we go. Yep. So there are two lowercase.
And the letter doesn't matter, so it's just the lowercase part.
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. So again, yellow, it's going to be the two lowercase m's. Exactly what Tamia was saying, right? I'm going to have the two lowercase m's. This is the yellow one. I've got to cross it with purple. Now, Kennedy, if the yellow is homozygous recessive and the purple is homozygous dominant, what are going to be my letter combinations? Yeah, in this case, we're not using F. In the notes we did. But in this one, we're using F. Okay. So yeah, so the purple is going to be uppercase. It's homozygous again, but it's dominant. All right, go ahead, fill in the squares. Go ahead, fill in the squares. What are the letters going to be? Do you want me to do the first one for you?
Yes.
Okay. So when I'm doing, okay, stop. When I'm doing the squares, here's what I'm going to do.
Kennedy, Zakai, please stop talking to each other.
Yes, sir.
I have a lowercase m and I have a capital M right above this. So I'm going to put in capital M, lowercase m. We put the capital first. Just like when we're writing a sentence, the first letter is capital. Or if there's a capital, it's the first letter, right? And then we do a lowercase m. All right, so go ahead, do the rest of them.
Is that a capital and a lowercase?
I don't know. Depends on the square. You tell me.
I'm talking about in the first one you did.
Oh, that's a capital lowercase, yeah. Nice. All right. Looks like people have got this. Yeah. All of them are going to be capital lowercase, right? Because there's a capital here.
Next to that black and orange.
There's a capital here. Then there's a capital here. There's a lowercase here. There's a lowercase here. And there's a lowercase here. So now we need to write in the genotype. Let's go back to our notes. What's a genotype? What's this say? Yeah, Kennedy.
I don't know what word that is.
What does it say? So, who? Allele? Yeah.
It does not have an O in it. What do you mean?
Allele.
Allele.
If I see a word, I'm gonna look at y'all are talking about.
You're
Okay,
fine.
don't
You're
worry.
fine. It doesn't matter. It's pronounced allele.
Combination and individual has to show the means they have.
Yeah. So it's going to be letters, right? So what are the letters?
There's no O in it.
Okay, please. if these here are the offspring. Offspring just means like children for humans or puppies for dogs or whatever it is. It's the thing that we're breeding. In this case, it's corn. Yeah.
There's a lowercase on top, like outside the box, or is that
For yellow, it's lowercase, lowercase,
yellow, purple?
and then uppercase, uppercase. Yep. Yep. Okay. So then, what is the genotype for the offspring? The offspring are like what we just put into the square. So go ahead, write in what's the genotype. All right, Octavio, what is the genotype for the offspring? Yep, capital. Just capital M? Genotypes are never one letter. Favor, what do you think? What is it? What am I going to write down? I got to write something down. I can't just say in the box. It's a guide. What am I going to write down? Thank you. Yeah, because these are the offspring. So now I just need to put down a percentage. So the next thing, my chance of inheritance. If I have 1 square out of 4, what percent is that? What's 1 out of 4? What percent? 25. So if I've got 1 square, it's 25. If I've got 2 squares, so 2 out of 4, what's that? 50. If I've got 3 out of 4, what's that? 75.
Each box represents 25%.
If I've got 4 out of 4, what's that? Nice. What do I have here? 100. Yeah, all of them. Now, when you're doing it, when you add it up, it's all got to be 100% at some point. All right, so 100% are that big M, little m. Okay, now this is where we're going to get into, sometimes people get confused. This is what happens on the project. We've talked about the genotype. We just wrote the alleles. As Kennedy was saying, it's just the letters in this situation. Phenotype isn't going to be just letters. It's going to be the words. And it's going to be the words to describe what it is. Okay? If it's capital M, lowercase m, what is it? Yell it out. What color? Why purple? It's dominant. That means if it's dominant, if I have 1 or 2 capital M's, it's going to be purple. For it to be yellow, they both have to be lowercase m. So I'm just going to write this over here. In this case, capital M would make it purple. So homozygous dominant makes it purple. It's the only option. Capital M, lowercase m, because it's dominant, it's going to make it purple. If I have lowercase, that's going to make it yellow. Because that's the only option. There's no purple in that. All right. So what's the phenotype offspring? We said purple. Remember, this is always going to be the words. What is the chance? What percent is the inheritance? What percent are going to be purple? All of them. What percent is that? 100%. Now, here's the mistake sometimes people make on the project. They'll write 4. That's not a percent. 4 is not a percent. Don't just write it's 4 because it's in 4 squares. Don't do that. It has to be a percent. Always. All right, so here's the next question. What happened to that allele for the yellow kernel? It's right here. What do we call it if the allele is there, but we don't see it? Let's go back to vocab. What do we call it if we have the allele, but we don't see it?
Find the vocab word.
Look at your vocab list, see if you can find it.
And write it down. Look at your vocab. So let's look at this. Is capital M lowercase m, is that homozygous or heterozygous? Heterozygous, right? They're two different. Hetero means that they're different. Capital, lowercase. All right, so now look back at your vocab. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Brenda, what do you think? Okay. Which of these words? If it's heterozygous, what's it going to be?
Codon. Isn't it codon? No,
Carrier. It's purple,
Oh.
but it carries that recessive allele, right? So this is purple, but this is the recessive allele. So what happened to it? It's still there. Right? So the purple corn is a carrier of the yellow allele, even though it's purple. Because it's heterozygous, that yellow is still there, which means there's a 50-50 chance that that yellow is going to show up later on. Okay. We don't have this in our vocab. So let's put it at the bottom here. It's using the word F1 cross. In F1 cross, we're breeding the offspring together. Now, this is not a problem when we talk about plants. We don't want offspring breeding when we're talking about humans or animals. Breeding offspring. Yep. And remember, offspring are basically the children. You don't want brothers and sisters breeding. But with plants, it's fine. Because offspring just means like the children. So if I am doing an F1 cross, I'm taking one of those and I'm breeding it with one of those. They're all the same. So when we do an F1 cross, what am I going to write up here? Yep, so capital M, lowercase m. What am I going to write over here? Capital M, lowercase m. Yep. Go ahead and do it. Sorry, this is a capital. It's not very clear. All right, go ahead and fill in the squares. You always have to do the squares before you can answer those other questions. So go ahead and fill in those squares.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got this. Okay. So yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. Everybody yell it out. What's my first square? Oh yeah, they're all M, man. Which kind of M? Uppercase, uppercase. What about this one? Uppercase, lowercase. What about this one? Uppercase, lowercase. Now, if you wrote lowercase, uppercase, that's fine. But we always have, if it's a capital, we write it first. If you wrote it lowercase, uppercase, I am not going to get all concerned. What's going to go here in the last square? Lowercase, lowercase. All right. So now what are my 3 genotypes? Go ahead and write those in. What are the 3 genotypes we ended up with here? Go write those down in those. And then write down what are the percents. Nice, good job. Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and write down what are the genotypes. I don't quite understand. Wait. He's got a lot of now figure out how many squares are there in this. Just to remind myself what it is. Yeah, this and this. Sorry,
I'm saying that as an example, not as what
So then go ahead and look at this. What percent is this? Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. One of them's up. One of them's up. All right. So here are my my genotypes. It doesn't matter what order you write them in. Again, I tend to write the capital letters first. So my capital M, lowercase m. Again, it doesn't matter. Lowercase, lowercase. What percent are my capital? Capital. 25. I have to, now the order matters. So I got to write it right under this. Thanks. So my capital M is going to be 25%. What's my capital lower M percent? 50. Yeah, because I got 2 of them out of 4. That's going to be 50%. Lowercase, lowercase. What percent? 25. Again, make sure it adds up to 100%. 25 is 50. 50 and 50 is 100. Okay. Now, some of you did a great job of going to the next step. What are my 2 color options? Purple and yellow. The first one, my only option was purple. But this one, there's a purple and a yellow. Well, how do I know? Remember, my capital is going to be purple. Capital. My capital lowercase is purple. Capital lowercase. My lowercase is yellow. What percent is purple? 75. Because I got 3 out of the 4. 75%. What percent is yellow? 25. All right, you guys got this. Okay, here's what you're going to do. For the next one, you're going to do it on your own. I'm not going to do it in front of you, but you all got to get it on your own. And Mr. Burns and I are going to come around. We're going to help you out.
Time to read it figure out what the different traits can be, give them a letter, start slow. Don't just start by trying to fill something in.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta begin by figuring out what letter you're gonna use for the alleles and which trait it will cause.
And you can use, doesn't matter which letter. Usually I pick something that makes sense, like with M because it was good for maize. That's what I did, yeah. Yeah. So what are the, so here we were looking at corn kernels. What are we looking at here? So you've got, so absence of freckles and, what's the other option? Having freckles, yeah. So you're trying to decide, are the offspring that have freckles or not?
This one's a little tricky
Which one's
because it doesn't
dominant?
exactly tell you. You just have to infer that if she's
Exactly.
homozygous
So
dominant.
now what letter do you want to use? Which letter?
Heterozygous father, so he also can.
Do we have to pick a letter?
You can leave it. It usually makes sense to pick a different letter. Because then it'll be easier to figure out what. Okay. So is this gonna be capital or lowercase?
So on the fingers,
Yeah.
this is
So I would say
a digit, that's a capital hair on that, and that's on that like gap right there. And there's one gene that controls that.
You got it.
Okay, so.
So if I have freckles, that's lowercase. If I don't,
Let's see,
that's down.
mid-digit
Okay.
down.
So then it says the gene freckles is located on the autosomal chromosome.
So the only way to
And
have
the
that
heterozygous
heterozygous
genotype
is that
there is
the
a
cells
woman
would be
with the
seen
same
in
genotype.
what? So he has same lowercase. And that's again, when you start out sometimes just thinking, all right, okay, this letter.
Because it's heterozygous. Yeah. Yep.
You're fine, you're fine.
So you need to start off
You
by
got it.
figuring
What's
out.
the man's genotype gonna
You
be?
need to start by reading this and figuring out what letters. you're gonna use. So what letters do you need? A capital and a lowercase.
What was that?
So we go with a capital F, what trait for that class.
What
You gotta
genotype
read it
is
first. So like I kind of got the same because having freckles is dominant.
You got it.
Recessive means it's the lowercase letter.
Because these are all.
It doesn't get covered up if there's a capital letter. Okay. So I always, when everything you should.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Every single one.
Sorry.
I start by writing myself.
Perfect. So go ahead and write down what the genotypes are.
Oh, so I'm, oh, okay.
Yep.
Wait, this was.
Yeah, you know. Oh, nice.
So I have to start there.
So the man's genotype is the same. Yep. So that's perfect. You set it up perfectly. Yeah.
You should do this.
Yep. Because they have the same genotype. You got it. Yes. What? Yeah. So pick a letter. What capital letter do you want?
You just gotta keep reading.
Well, you want to use the same letter. Sure. So you want to do a capital F and a lowercase F? Perfect. I would write a website what you're doing just to keep it straight later on. Okay. So now. Yeah, it's autosomal. Okay. A man with a heterozygous genotype marries a woman with the same genotype. So what are you going to put?
So a man with this heterozygous genotype. So that.
So what is the man's genotype? He's heterozygous. So what letters are you going to put?
Two copies of the gene. So to go back into that part, mom needs to dad needs to where because they.
So then,
I didn't wait long.
so that's the man, the woman has the same.
She has one capital and one lowercase.
Kennedy.
What about two capitals? I know. So I have to keep it here. So the problem will tell me.
Yeah, because we're not talking about color.
Same for that. So what is it? But it has to that.
And I'm
for the female.
Female.
Two letters.
Right.
Whatever these two letters, what does that say they are?
We're not talking about color.
We're not talking about.
I don't have colonel force.
Oh,
Yes or no, what? You want to no.
I'm not getting broke. Can I just say
Well,
non-capital?
eventually, if you do this.
You want to say what's a trait and what's a color.
But until then, we have to go back and forth. So I'm not gonna do it for you, because he was doing it up there. He did some better things here, but I think for some. There's
Yeah.
The rest of now, we're just trying to. see
Yeah, so what's the trait we're looking
Figure out a vocabulary.
What are your two options?
You write up here, then you write down what mom and dad are, and then you're ready to do this part.
Here we go, and I'll come back in just a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The same.
You got it?
But what would be a letter that would make sense for
Yeah?
that?
Yes, you do. Alright, try this one.
Okay. Maybe choose it. So what's the traits?
Ready?
Oh, okay, I'm good.
Some people use an A because it's absent.
No.
So the absence of freckles, is that gonna be? So the absence of freckles, that can be a capital F freckle. It's done. And then, having freckles, is that capital or lowercase? Yep, go ahead and write that down. Okay, so now let's fill in the.
It's like you do it.
I know, it doesn't come out.
So you in your head see it already.
Yeah.
Just fine.
But heterosexual.
If those don't connect, I'm like, oh wait, misunderstanding, guess correctly.
And then it says, marries a woman with the same.
Actually, that is like not having.
Wait, capital, and then the side of it. Remember, the phenotype. Both of them. One of these is the, these are the. The sides of one has, one is, it's, there's capital and capital, and then there's. This one's small for a second. Cause the arrow. Yeah, so go back to what the parents are. And so you have two heterozygous parents. The father's something different. So fix the letter in there and then try that.
Yeah, let's figure out what section on.
I don't know.
Oh, we kind of changed. That's right here.
Okay, so now.
Correct. Yep. So 75% of them will not have any freckles, 25%.
Let's gotta get the right bag.
We're pretty on the right forward.
I'm gonna Walmart, Target.
Good, so now.
Oh, yeah.
Figure out what these children will look like. And I think
Don't worry about the sex length.
When I go live,
Just me and go right. Your guesses are. Okay, let's go. What is that? Okay, so now what is it?
You know what freckles are?
Wait, that's the plan. It doesn't matter if it's on the top of the side.
So now, and I remember that.
And you are not.
Remember, it's only gonna be one letter.
So, then you go right down the line. That's capital S.
So when we're doing it, there's
And then the
one hand on off.
Yeah, I'm just, you go down, you go lowercase. If you go out of where I live, you take a right, and you keep going, you get past the bottom, you get all that, and then you get past two more.
So one's gonna go on the top, so one's gonna go on the top.
There's only been, there's gonna be. I look.
Not in the square. Yeah. There's not two things. There's one man.
You know what I'm saying?
Alright, does that make sense, or is that still? Nope, so, okay, so,
So yeah, have one letter goes on the top.
lowercase m, what does this give you? Hair is a mid-digit hair, it's like on.
So you want to put the man.
Which one gives you mid-digit hair? Okay.
Well, that would mean that we have four pairs.
Okay, and so lowercase m is no. Okay.
Also,
So what is the
because
dash?
it's gonna get you confused.
That's one.
So.
Oh, so which letters do you need? Two lowercase m. Otherwise, if you had one M, one capital M, you would have had to. Right? This is, it's the same kind of problem, but it's figuring it out in one way, because you start out with recessive. Okay? So then I think the rest of it's actually one letter. So then what's the-
You got your ready to You got your ready
land without. So which one whose genotype is what?
Oh God,
Oh, it's you, it's you.
I swear, I put that back. You, no,
You're lying.
no, I
You're lying. Say we're lying.
Wallahi, nigga.
So again, I build it slowly. I start with my alleles and then figure out the mom and dad's genotype. If they tell me, then I make my Punnett square before I try to figure out.
Let's with letters.
Let's see.
So.
Yeah. And then you got a woman with the same genotype.
Okay, so let's just, so when I do these podcasts, I really don't always start off with my letter.
Okay. So now, so I one of these on the top, and one of these on the side.
So not to worry about the mother.
Can't do the square, we've got stuff on the top.
Capital T.
Nope, you're fine.
Because she's homozygous dominant and she can only come, so if she has the dominant one, then that describes it. She has to roll.
We got one letter.
For you to roll.
So now I know what the letters are. So now I need to figure out what a mom and dad. Alright, they're gonna get two of those letters.
So what does it say that the mother?
Remember his is capital L, lowercase. So all the capital letters will be the first one.
What's gonna be the second one? You guys.
So what we're doing is we're putting this there, we're putting this, starting right that lowercase. And now go ahead and start to fill in the box. All right.
That's upper case.
Did everybody get, did Mr. Burns and I check everybody's, or do you, who needs us to check? Okay. Yeah, this is the one that's, so this is, so to start off, so like this, I rate the 9, and then rolling. And yeah, because it's down there. It is. It's just set up slightly different.
So it just doesn't decide that you do need to say what it is. 50%
The mandate is down there to not have
Where we at, Bob?
our demon.
I would just laugh.
We'll our demon.
Well,
Okay, sure. So which one's gonna be?
so this is the father. Oh wait, no, this is the father. This is the mother. And so the aunts. Yeah. Yep. So the question, just you have it right, but you didn't end up like answering the direct question. Like you have all the information correct, but the question says what percent won't have a digit pair, and you said which would have a digit.
Go ahead and write that down.
Just that's on my part. You know, you understand the process. How are we doing?
Okay, so now we can start to figure out what's gonna go.
Well, let's see how you did on these first. Okay, so tell me why you put. So the homozygous dominant was that one.
If this is, and this is the only way he's
The
gonna
thing that so you're setting these up here, but what you're doing is you're kind of stuck on this first problem set, which is about the line and the color.
So let's figure.
And these, they're
My options are
one, right? So every genetic property, every genetic property works on a different trait. So the first two, these were about corn, purple and yellow corn. This genetics problem is about freckles. Freckles, you know what those are? Freckles are like the little dots you see on some people's face.
Have it, so, right, that's
Having freckles is recessive.
We know it's low.
So you can use M's if you want. I really like the letter M because I feel like it gets mixed up.
Yep.
You can use it.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like trying to figure out what's the part.
It says absence of freckles, so no freckles.
Yeah, so we gotta look at
So
the
which
mother
of
and
these
the
two would
father,
be
right?
no freckles?
So it says the mother is
Which of these would be no freckles? So no freckles is dominant.
with a heterozygous father.
So when I know the genetics problems, I actually start doing this next to the problem. So
Who's hetero?
make like a little key for myself and I like to keep rereading it. You can do that or not, but it moves your thing.
Oh. Go ahead and look at heterozygous.
Okay, so this is freckles, no freckles. Okay. Nonsense. A man with a heterozygous genotype. So what is his genotype?
What's that gonna be in this one?
Yes. So this is the father,
Got it.
and this is the mom, and she's also heterozygous, right? And then you set up your Punnett square. Now you set this up correctly. And this part's correct because it's just asking about the genes. But then here you describe it as purple and yellow. And then you kind of do the same thing here. So let's look. What will this child look like according to this?
So what's the man gonna be?
The capital M, what will they look like? Correct. Lowercase m, lowercase m, what will they look like? Right. And what if they have one of each?
Is that gonna be capital or lower?
They have correct because they have the dominant. So you just want to write there'll be some with freckles and some with no freckles. And there's going to be 3 of them with no freckles and 1 freckles. So it's a 75-25. You have your percents right. You have the letters right. Like you're doing a lot of things correctly. You just need to connect it to the actual trait.
So,
Does that make sense? Okay.
it doesn't say.
So then just go through and check this one and this one. I can check them in a second. Good.
Yeah, I did both. I just changed the.
Yep. Perfect. Yep, and then you can pause because that.
Couple seconds. No, I'm not. What is the letter F? Capital F. The thing I always do is kind of go through, kind of like, this one's not right. Or this,
The next motherfucker that's school.
We do the same shit.
I just
So that's good for example. Again, you should start by figuring out what you're interested in. So then just.
Open the door for me when I come.
Doesn't have it, right? His only option then, imagine, is gonna be that. What about their freedom?
Yeah. Okay, so capital T is rolling.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and just write him in.
So again, I wouldn't write these down. I think it caused problems if you started this part because you didn't know which letter. Maybe, maybe it was.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out.
So lowercase t
Yeah,
is
the
one.
last one, right?
Oh, it's only like letter. Now, this one says, I guess it doesn't say. So it would just be the opposite of that. Which it doesn't have, or sorry, we have.
Because that's the one.
Okay. So now we gotta figure out what the parents are. So the mother,
It is.
so if it's easy, it's like it's down. They won't put it like two letters. Long and lower. You'll have to read that to figure it out. So they're the two of the same, so they're down. So which one is down? So when you're up at the top, it is down, right? It's down. Yeah. So she'll be capital, so capital down. Then there's the capital A that she would top. Do they have or not? Is that right? And then you have one. One was right. So the woman is capital. Capital H, maybe the have. No, also lowercase is. That's heterozygous. I'm not living here.
That's nice stuff, I understand, but all I see is this.
Okay, so now I know what mom and dad are. I'm saying, just right. Okay, so what are the three options for combination, right? So I could either have the capital, capital, capital. Now I have this, now I know what we have, right? If it's capital, capital, do they have the bigger or no? What about capital lower? Make sure you know what Alright, so. Okay, so now, if he doesn't have finger hair, what's his genotype have to be? Okay, so we got that for the woman, now we're gonna write it as man.
Erase it and fill it out correctly.
Yep. Go ahead and figure it out. That makes sense, sometimes you gotta go like work backwards.
Which one on here is the mother?
Sorry. You go. Okay. So now here's the I know, we haven't gotten into that yet. There's like a whole different situation. There's, we're gonna kind of hop into in a couple minutes here. Alright, so now, okay, so let's look at this. So,
Good job, baby.
what letter are you using? Are you using an M? Okay. So which one is the capital one? Was that? Yeah, which one? Which one is that? Which tree?
And you've got to figure out what the mom and the dad are. Okay? And erasing that, so I want you to actually read it.
So look in the first sentence.
That's what that means.
So they have it, right? I would write a capital M right above that. Just because then it's easier to kind of keep track. So not having it, what am I gonna write? I would write that there.
So now it says that
So now we gotta go back to
a man without mid-digit hair has children whose genotype is heterozygous. Okay, so that's heterozygous, right? Perfect. What about the man? What's his genotype?
What does it say the father gets? You underline the part where it tells you what parents.
Let's figure it out. Yeah, so I love it. You got it like that. So capital M, capital M. It's just gonna go through.
so because he didn't have
Is that gonna be with or without figure? Mm-hmm.
So
It's gonna be with or without.
He's
Dominant. With is dominant. Sorry, this is a capital. Capital's always dominant. Mm-hmm. So which one is it, with or without?
Yeah, so now we just gotta figure out what they look like. And what about this can help me? Now I can go back here and look at it. Not a capital T.
So now for this one, it says that a man without. So what does his genotype have to be?
okay.
Yeah. So that means.
Okay, so when you start genetics problems, you should always begin by just figuring out what the alleles are and writing it down.
This is the.
Because hers is
So it's two
heterozygous.
different ones. I understood that part, that's why I put it.
So if his is recessive, you gotta have
So
both.
capital F, you're gonna use the letter F.
Okay, so go ahead and.
What is capital F?
Figure that. How did we check yours?
It's the trait.
I mean, I wasn't,
You gotta start.
oh, I used that for that one, sorry. I'm just H for accessory right here.
What does capital H give?
So.
That is dominant, but what are we connecting it to, like in the real world?
This is the rolling, right? What's the chance? Is this gonna be a roll or not?
Yeah, this is like hair. What percent of that? Yeah. So mid-digit hair, is it dominant or recessive?
Alright. So what is the?
It's telling you this, you gotta read it. Okay. Mid-hair.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, like.
So now, here, let's do this one.
No hair.
No,
No mid-digit hair, not no
So
hair.
either way I say it, it's same thing.
Okay. So what's the trait we're looking at?
Okay, so now we know what the letters will be. So now we gotta figure out what are mom's letters? She'll have two of these. Well,
It's either happy-ish or not happy. What will determine
everybody gets two of these. Read what heterozygous. You're fine. You got. This is why you gotta go slow. So reread what is heterozygous. So what will hers be?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
People bring it to the whole time.
Okay, so it's saying she's gonna get two alleles, so she'll get two H's. I just gotta figure out which H's they are. Are they both gonna be capital? Are they both gonna be lowercase? Or will she get one H? Those are the only options, right? So what does heterozygous say? What does it say the two letters would be? Okay, so now we know mom is a capital H lowercase. Where does it say that?
Okay. So now, it says autosomal. Cell.
So he has,
And without.
yeah, so how do we get that? What will his genes be?
So first is heterozygous.
That's right. That's the, and he could end up without mid-digit hair. So now we know mom and dad. Now you can make, you've gotta take your time. You have to start here, figure out the letters, and you have to figure out what mom and dad are before you ever try to go to here. Okay. You gotta go slow.
So you gotta get a line is
Yes. And when I say analyze, like, that's why I write this out. So if I was you, I would write this as I read it and as I figure out each piece, because then I never have to reread it. Make confusing. So once you figure something out, I write it down so I never have to reread that. I do that. Now you can fill out the box.
If I
The pot.
is somebody gonna be with or without?
You have to put like this right here too.
If I have California, lower
Which
switch.
answer the question, what proportion of the children will be expected to not have need feature? You gotta answer that.
If I've got lowercase and lowercase, it's actually with or without.
Yeah, so the question is that something you don't have it, so you could just say 50.
We set them at what, with or without? My only option for Gino
Yeah,
is
the
that.
stapler's up there right next to my phone. Alright, you guys wanna try the next one? For the next one. Oh, you can go.
Do you think we're ready to roll into sex length?
There's still some people.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay.
Are they not all the way?
Nope, they're almost.
You could, or I could just run like a little, if you want to.
If you're still kind of not done with the third one on that page, Mr. Burns can kind of help you out. For those of you that are ready, because there's a good number of you that are like, what is going on here?
So if you want to have that third one checked, or you haven't had it checked yet by somebody, or you're still working on it, come back here so we can work on it together. It'd be more important to understand those on that page than it is to understand sex.
We just got some people hanging out waiting. All right, so if it's X-linked, if it's X-linked, we know it's an X chromosome. So let's back up here. I'm going to talk about a female and a male. We're talking about their X chromosomes. What do females have for X chromosomes? What's that? XX, right? So over here we saw that sex-linked, the females have XX.
Don't ever try to use.
And the males have what? XY. So now this trait is linked to the X chromosome. All right?
Remember how I said,
Here's how we do it when it's sex-linked.
so now maybe you need to go back.
When we're talking about the trait, in this case, we're talking about color blindness, right? So if I have the XC, that means it's colorblind. If I have just a plain X, that means it's non-colorblind, so normal vision. Sometimes people use N's instead. That's fine either way. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? This one? Okay. So let's pay attention up there then. Okay. So Kennedy. Thank you. If it's recessive for a female, if she has an XX, is that going to be colorblind or not? Not. If she has an XCX, not Charlie, if she has an XCX, what's it going to be? Colorblind or not? It's recessive. She got to have both of
But the
them.
C though, where does the C come from?
She only got one C. That's that. She's the carrier. It doesn't show up. She's not colorblind.
No, that ain't them. I personally feel like
So,
it's crazy.
yep. Because women have 2 X chromosomes. If it's recessive, it needs to be on both of her X chromosomes, right? So, the only way that she's going to be colorblind, sorry, I'm running out of room here, is if she's got an XCXC, means she's going to be colorblind. For a man, if he's XY, is he colorblind or no? Okay, we're not going to get into that now.
Yeah, Kennedy, I think you need to get out.
No, stop, guys, stop. If the man is XY, is he colorblind or no? No. If he is XCY, is he colorblind or not? Yeah, because he only has one X. So if it even shows up on one X, then he's colorblind. All right. Here we go. So we've got a female with normal vision who is a carrier. So exactly, who said it over here? Somebody said it. Oh yeah. So if it's a carrier, she's got the capital X, sorry, and then the XC. Because she's got both. She's a carrier. And she has a child with a male who could not see the colors red and green. So he is colorblind. So what's his genotype going to be? XCY. Because a man always has to have an X and a Y. A woman always has to have 2 X's. In this case, her X is colorblind. His Y can't be colorblind. That's not an option. So if he has only one X and he's colorblind, that means it's going to be this. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do the combinations. So my first one is going to be an XC, X. My next combination is going to be XC, XC. Okay? Because I got my XC, XC. For this one, it's going to be X, Y, and then X, C, Y. Now, here's what gets tricky. Is this a male or female? Female. Okay. So I'm just going to put those symbols in there. Female, female, male, male. Is this one colorblind or not? No. Colorblind or not? Colorblind or not? Colorblind or not? Yeah? Okay. So, it says, what is the probability they will produce a child that has color blindness? So, we're going to say it's 50-50, right? Because the only 2 that are going to be colorblind are this female and this male. See what I mean? This is like, we're going to have to get into this. It's going to be tricky. Because I've got XCX, XCXC are my options. And this is 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. This is colorblind. This is colorblind. So exactly what Sal was saying. Colorblind is going to be 50%. Here's what it is. This is what is true in my family. My grandmother is not colorblind, but she carries the gene. My grandfather is colorblind, so he has the gene, right? Half of their girls that he has are colorblind. So my mom is colorblind, my aunt is colorblind, and my other aunt is not. They had a 50-50 chance of having a boy who is colorblind. My uncle is. Okay? So when my mom had me and my brother, she had 2 C's. That means we would have my